So to continues to our yesterday's topic, HANA replication, right? So HANA replication concept, which means on-premise HANA database data we can replicate to the HANA cloud level, right? HANA cloud replication here. So as part of this concept, what we discussed is yesterday, we have created the users on the on-prem system. Then HANA, your on-prem, HANA on-prem registration in a cloud connector, right? So then once we done it, yeah, these two things we have done it here and roles assignment, HANA on-prem users and roles creation, right? So we have done these two things we have done yesterday, right? So let's see the configuration now. Why? Because HANA Cloud always so ask the cloud connector integrations, right? Otherwise, it won't connect. It won't connect here. So let me show you here. So let me show you. Uh, let's go to the here. Then we have the option in the HANA cockpit. In the HANA cockpit, we have the option. Click on the create replication. Right. This is the HANA cloud. This is the HANA cloud, HANA cockpit here. So here we have the option. If you have already existing connection, we can use this one. Or if it is creating the new connection, we can create it. From here also, SPS, if your on-premise system is SPS 05 or higher, you need to select this option. It is the below, we need to select this option. So ours is the SPS 07, right? So suppose like here, you can see, so this is the our system yesterday, we have connected here, right? Yesterday, we have added to the HANA Studio. HANA Studio we have added. So why we have added HANA Studio means for allocating the roles, for assigning the roles to the here. So we have, so for assigning the roles, we have assigned this one here. If you see here, so here, see 76 SPS 07. Ours is the SPS 07. Ours is the SPS 07 database here, HANA database here, right? It got, so it is the new version. So, and also, as you know, yesterday also we created the two users here, HANA Cloud, HANA replication users, two users we created. We assigned the roles as well here. So what if we don't assign the roles means we may face the issues here. Select that icon, click on the step number 2. What is the HANA connection name? Then HDB2. So HANA Cloud, so that option. So means the connection name we have to give it here. Then here database name means database virtual details we have to provide it here means HANA Cloud, whatever the HANA Cloud you created, that virtual details you need to provide it here. Virtual details means, so just you mentioned the HANA Cloud. So not HANA Cloud. This is the one. This just you mentioned the. This is the one you mentioned here. SAP Linux 1 virtual. SAP Linux 1. So 3041. But this is not accessible. This is not available here. So this is not available here. Okay, now it is available. So it's a TCP/IP protocol, something common changed, I guess. So this is available now. So now these details we have to give it to the in the cloud, not the original HANA database details. These details here, 304 and 304 and so 304 and 15, 304, 15. These details we have to give here. So here, see here. So here, the user details are very important. That's why in advance, we created the user with the, so catalog read, the select statements. So those things we have given here. Why? Because So these are the roles are required for the user. Similar roles yesterday we have given and for the our users here. Here we have to work on the HANA replication user. Then the passwords we have to give it. Click on the create connection here. So that if you provide the correct port number, correct password user, then it will ask the what is the schema and table you want to replicate it. It will ask in the next screen here. If it is not the correct, you will get the error message. You will get the error message here. So that is the correct one which we have to do it here. So but as yeah, to yeah, it's created, right? So it's created here. So the connection has been created here, right? You can see the connection has been successfully created. So what is the username to replicate it here? So candidate to replicate user. So this is the replicate the privileges as well, right? Then HANA Cloud. What is the? So then here, what is the user passwords and everything? We have to provide it here. We have to provide it here. Just I'm providing the all the things here. Then click on the fifth step here. So here, what it will do under that user, what are the tables? What are the tables and schemas are there? All this will be replicated. All I will be replicated here. So here we have the HANA Cloud is there, right? HANA Cloud is there here. So HANA Cloud, that is schema, we have enabled the HANA Cloud here. So we want to replicate the jet training table here. Just select it, click on the confirm button here, confirm button here. So that what will happen? Now data will be replicated. Now replication overall status is running now. So now only one table we created under the schema. So that table is getting loaded here. That table is getting loaded here. So the table is getting loaded. This will take time. So the data is replicated from the scratch. So this will take some time like that. We will get it out. Where it is loading? In memory. In memory, that the schedule we selected as a replication schedule. The schema name is here, right? The schema name is like that. We have selected here. So here for this user only, we have assigned the, so for this user only, we have assigned the, so for this user only, we have assigned the schema, right? HANA Cloud schema. So also you can also assign the some other user schemas also we can assign it here. Some other user schema also we can assign it here where you require the select schemas are required here. Where you require the select schema. So but thing is here, you should have the proper authorization to assign this one. So in this case, log into the SAP ABAP one, SAP ABAP one here, right? So go to the users tab here. So then, so HANA Cloud user, HANA Cloud user, that is a replication user and a cloud user. For this user, whatever the table you are assigning here, so table will be replicated here. Suppose like I want to transfer the users table for this ABAP schema. Like this is the on top of here, one ABAP schema is running here. So then you can assign it here. You can assign it here. Right? So you can assign it here. So then here you will get the one more table. So here the details are correctly you have to give it here in the cloud connector side here. 3 instance number 15 details we have to give it here. It should be reachable here in the cloud connector side. So then only whatever the table you configured that will be replicated. That will be replicated. Otherwise, it will give the error message. It will give the error message here. See how much data size got replicated here. So if we want to create, so then we can create the one more table, one more tables. We can also create it here. One more table users also we can create it here. If anything, we can create the so new table. So new those things also we can create it here. So right, one custom table we created. So that data is getting replicated here. So where can we see here? Here we can see the data. It is replicating all the data. It is getting replicated to the HANA. Otherwise, you can go to the here. So HANA cockpit here, right? In the HANA cockpit also, in the HANA cockpit also you see. So one replication object is So one replication object is loading here. One replication object is loading, means data is getting loaded here. So apart from that, we have the one more way in the HANA Cloud, HANA databases. There is a open database explorer here. In the database explorer here in the database explorer of the HANA Cloud, HANA Cockpit. So here we can configure the virtual table concept, like that we can configure it here. Virtual table concept means so smart data access, like without copying the table data, so we can smartly we can access the data here, right? So if you go to the catalog here, under the catalog we have remote sources here, right? Remote sources, this is the remote sources here, right? In the remote sources here, in the remote sources, what tables data is replicating. So so all the information, what is the database, what is the schema, so HANA Cloud schema, right? So what is the table? What is the table? It is getting replicated. All right. This is the HANA Cloud jet training table is getting replicated here, right? So here in the tables list here, if you see it here, in the tables list of tables here, we will see the tables here. So let me which one, so you can see here, so tables users, system users, HANA Cloud. So we have the table here. So here we can create as a virtual table. This is a replication log table here, right? This is a replication log table. This is the virtual tables which created in the HANA database here, which means we can also smartly access the data. We can also smartly access the data from here. We can also smartly access the data here. So, right, see here, what's there in the table? We have the name, phone number, batch, which we created yesterday, right? Same has been, it's created here. Same here, it's created. Same has been here, it's created in the database as well here. So we can access virtually, we can access here. That is called the smart data access here. So which means smartly we can access the data. Smartly we can access the data here, right? Smartly we can access the data here. That is called the virtual table creation here, right? So here you all the tables, whatever the tables you are replicating, all the tables will be so replication. So here, so this is the one time activity. One time if you configure it, whatever the data comes to the table, so it's always frequently in the real time, the data will be replicated to the HANA Cloud database. HANA Cloud database, using this replication configuration, your data will be replicated here. Your data will be replicated. If something gives wrong here, while doing the configuration, maybe user ID is wrong, passwords wrong, all those things are wrong means, so definitely, so there is a problem here. Definitely there is a problem in the, definitely there is a problem here. So that we need to so check why it is a problem, and all the information we need to check it out here. All those things we have to worry about that one here, right? So that is the
Sir,
replication.
what all tables actually you need to replicate? Like all the tables? Uh,
That depends upon your customer. So that depends upon your customer. So like the customer wants to, so only few tables means that is only few tables you need to replicate it. That depends. So it's not like that you need to replicate hundreds of tables. So it depends upon the your customer what tables you want to replicate it. So but any table that is single configuration, that is called the, so this is the configuration, single configuration we have to do it here. Go to the replication, there we have to do the configurations here. There we have to do the configurations here. Go to the here, then use the this replication. So all the tables will be replicated here. So you don't want to replicate the data into the in memory. You want to replicate the data to the disk. Then you can create the disk here. You want to, so like that, what is the schema? Suppose if you want to replicate to the another schema, so then another schema also you can replicate it here. So however you want to replicate, so same like that you can select it here, right? So you want to replicate other schemas, other data, everything, you can replicate it here. Suppose you want to create the one more replication here. So one more replication here, then just click on the create replication, right? Create the replication here. So then create the new connection. So then no. So here there is a again HANA Cloud one. So here the details are correctly, you need to type it here. Your on-premise details are correctly, you have to type it here. Otherwise, we may face the issues here. So then user, what is the user you want to replicate? That user should have the, so what that user should have the permission here, replication user REPL. Then, so proper user credentials which you created yesterday. So those details we have to give it here to perform the connection here.
Sir, how to monitor actually this replication every day?
Same
Is it in sync or not?
it's not like that in sync, that sync, that is replication means what? It's not the high availability replication. It's only data replication concept here. It's not like that in the on-premise we have sync, in memory replication like that. It's a data replication, data tables replication here, right? Data tables replication here. So the tables we are doing the replication here. Okay, so the tables, so you need to select the schema, then respective table. You have the hundreds of tables, then all the tables will come, then select all. So select all. So then just to click on the step number 4, then password. One schema, multiple team, multiple tables also we can replicate it. It's not like that. You need to use only few things, means it's not like that. So any n number of tables we can replicate it. So the schemas will be allocated here. Since above SAP above one schema, in that schema, whatever the tables we have, hundreds of tables, that hundreds of tables will come into the picture here. Hundreds of tables will come into the picture here. See, a lot of tables will come into the picture in that schema here. See, so there is a lot of, why? Because it's above one schema, there is a above system is running here. So you want to replicate all the tables here. So now system will be fully overloaded here. Why? Because all the tables at a time we are loading here, right? All the tables we are loading the at a time here. So instead of that, what we can see, they can choose the, so some tables here, the randomly 5 or 6 tables here. This is the on-premise SAP system which is running on the, so on-premise SAP system which is running on the this. So here in this HANA system. So what we are doing, so whatever the tables we have, all the tables here, we are planning to, we are planning to replicate all those things here. Here we can select, right? So what we can do, repo SRC.
Sir, what is the use cases for this replication? Like why the customers still they want
Again,
for any new activity, for new project requirement?
yeah, suppose customer is in the on-premise. You want to move all the data, you want to go for the cloud. So cloud, you don't want to maintain the infrastructure, everything in the on-premise, you don't want to support, then everything you want to give to the SAP. So then that time, so he had already on-premise data we have. So then what he has to do? So migration from on-prem to cloud, that is the HANA cloud database infrastructure we are not managing. So then in this case, there is a concept called the replication concept here. In this replication concept, we can replicate the data here. We can replicate the data. So we can replicate this data, we can replicate to the from on-prem to, so HANA cloud, we can replicate it. That is the purpose we have. So this replication concept SAP introduced in the cloud. So it's a very simple replication. We can select it. So then we can replicate it, all the tables, replications, everything. We can replicate it here. Means
Okay, so
on-premise data without you doing the backup and restore method, or without you doing anything, just you can do that replication concept, you can do it here. So without doing anything, you can do it. So see here, these objects we have not assigned, not assigned, this table You have not assigned to the users here. Only USR02 table only you have assigned as a object privileges here. So all will come as a red. All will come as a red now here. So except USR02. USR02 will do. USR02 will load it here. All the tables will be loaded here. It will be loaded. So why? Because this table you have assigned. So remaining tables you have not assigned. So that's why you may face the authorization error occurred. So there is a authorization error occurred, or so something like that you may get the so error here in this case here. So but this will be loaded. This will be loaded. See here data is getting loaded here. So we can also access the data. We can also access the data here in the systems here. If you go to the database explorer here, so you just refresh here. Yeah, the one more HANA Cloud one data is there here. So here you will get the one schema you will get it out here. Also, you will get the replication table name. You will get it out here. What is the replication table name? You will get it out here. So then right click on the table. Right click on the tables here. In the table, we have the what are the entries are there. We can see it here. Right. Just you can open the data here. You can see what is the data is there in that on-premise HANA database. It's a VSR02. Then it will display the what are the users are there, what are the clients are there. So it will give in the all the information it is displaying here. It is displaying the all the information here, right? So we can also perform the analysis here. So we can also perform the analysis here. So on the systems. So this one we know like on-premise systems how to perform the analysis, all the information we know this one here, right? So this is normal in the on-premise HANA administration side, we will get all this topic here. But only thing is replication data also we can view it here. Right click it, open the data, export the data, import the data, all the information also we can see it here. So one more important thing is here in the HANA Cloud. So you can also insert the data. There is an option to insert the data here. There is an option to insert the data here, right? There is an option to insert the data here. So also you can also add the uh, uh, you can also insert the data here, right? So insert the data means you can also add the other systems database also. You can add as a HANA cockpit here, right? So you can see it here. So what is the database? Okay, that is the connection I applied it. So means other databases as a we can also add as a connection here. So the replication log we can see it here. So the replication logs, columns, what are the replicated tables, what are the added here. So all those things for each connection we can see it here. So each table there is a whatever that is replicating everything it will create as a virtual tables it will create it here. So these tables data we can view it here. This tables data we can view it also here. So why? Because connection is created. So, but while accessing, we may face the error like, so some not authorized insufficient privileges. Why? Because so you have not added that object to the here. That's why it's you will get the insufficient privileges like that. You will get the option here, right? Insufficient privileges like that. You will get the option here. Okay, so that is the one thing here. Okay, that is the one thing here as the remote sources. You can get the all the remote sources here. You just click on the what are the tables you are getting replicated. All the information will be stored in. Why? Because this is required for the our developers, our modelers to integrate the data, to create the packages, analytical packages, and everything. So this is required. This is required here. That's why so you have the all the data is available here. You have the schemas also available here. So you can also filter it, what schema data you want to filter. So all the information it is available here. So you can select the object. Let me show you. So mainly,
Sir, how to add actually more objects to the current replication?
so
I
here we
mean, if
can
you add,
add it. Here we can add it. Just click on the create button. Once you add it here, then the list of objects, list of tables will be displayed. Select one by one, one by one, one by one. Then you can add to the here. We can add it. There is a add button is there here. There is a add button is there here. If you want to pause the replication, you can pause it. If you want to delete, you can delete it here. So that is also possible. You don't want to replicate to the in-memory, you want to replicate to the disk. So that is also possible. Instead of replicating everything to the main memory, we can also replicate to the disk also. We can replicate it here. Disk also we can replicate it. That is also possible here. So yeah. So here we can observe it here in the HANA here. Disk means at the disk level also we can load the data instead of directly loading to the main memory means it's a costly. So then we can go to the here we can also see the usage, memory usage, we can observe it here. So what is the memory usage currently? So because some data got loaded here. Let's see the spikes here. I think let's see the spikes, running statements. So we can see some spikes, peak used memory. We can see some spikes. Why? Because data is getting loaded, right? So some information will be displayed here. So data is getting loaded here. So we can see it from there. So we can also replicate. So we can also create as a virtual object. In the HANA on-premise, we have the one concept is called the smart data provisioning, right? Smartly, we can create the smart data provisioning. We can create the remote source of the other non-HANA databases, right? So we can create as a virtual table. We can smartly access the data from the other databases. We can access it from HANA database. So same concept here. SAP also given in the cloud level. So here we can select the schema, the object, then we can create as a virtual table. We can create it here. We can create as a virtual table. We can create it here, right? We can virtual table instead of searching all, just select only one table. So filter condition, then it will search the data. All right. So you can just select this data, create as a virtual table. Okay. So what is the object name? This is the object. In which schema you want to create? HANA Cloud schema. All right. In which schema you want to create that schema, you need to select it here, or DB admin, whatever the schema you want to create this virtual table, then this is created here. So if you go to the tables list here, in the tables, we have not the DB schema here. In the schema name, HANA Cloud you selected. HANA Cloud you selected here. In the HANA Cloud schema, we have the training table. You have the ESR02 table, replication table. So this table you created as a virtual table here. So you can smartly you can access the raw data. You can access from the databases here. Multiple ways you can access the data here. Multiple ways we can access the data. So but you cannot load it. There is even plus symbol is there. We can insert the load. But let me see. So whether 001. I think this SAP system is down. I think we cannot. Let's see here. Here. So you cannot add anything here. So passwords, all those things we have to give it. So it gives the error. That's fine. Okay. So we can also create as a replication. We can also create as a replication here to access the data. In a remote data, we can access from there. Okay. So this is the one of the important concept. So n number of tables also we can accept, replicate it here from on-prem to here we can accept. But only thing is here, the mandatory thing here, the configuration is very simple here. The configuration is very simple here. But only thing is you need to assign the proper roles here, the catalog and catalog read and the select privileges. Those things we have to assign to the users here, See here, it's running 6 objects, 1 object, it's running here, right? So here we have to go to the click on the create the replication. Then you can use the existing replication, or so new replication you can use it. So then we can assign it here, or click on the new replication, click on the create, click on the, so next to go to the step number 2 here. Before that, we need to have the on-premise database. That's database we have to assign to the HANA Studio. So why we have to assign to the HANA Studio means, so roles assignment, everything we have to do it, right? So that's why we need to do that. We have created the 2 users. One is the HANA Cloud, HANA REPL. In that, so you have assigned the list of objects which you want to replicate it, the schema and object name. Then you are replicating here. right? So that is the one thing here. Okay, so this is about the replication, HANA replication concept.